sometimes the curls aren't really curling right now, as you can probably tell. But yeah, I'll just keep on doing the same routine until, I can get them back. But it's a good start, I guess. I had like really tight curls when I was a kid. But I kind of, when I got into modeling and everything, I had heat on my hair all of the time. So that kind of just messed up my hair. But anyways, I'm gonna try and prop this. I'm sorry if... Okay, it's not too loud. Okay, now better. So if you hear like background noise, I'm with my family at home. I'm not back in my residence, so it's a bit loud. And we have this situation, so it's a bit of a humble video. But I really wanted to get back to doing ASMR because I watch it every day, and every day that I watch it, I kind of remind myself that I have my own little community that I don't really post, because I sleep with my sisters, and I don't really have alone time, because my sisters are needy, especially my little sister Erin, which I just posted a video with her if you want to go watch it. By the way, I didn't know the comments were off in that video. YouTube turned them off because there's a child involved, which I see it. It's like completely, I get it, and I prefer the comments being off. Creepies are everywhere, and yeah. So I don't really have a lot of alone time. That's why I can't really post any content. And I don't really like, recording ASMR around anyone because it's kind of awkward. Just me whispering into a mic, And I don't sleep in my room. I'm currently dying of heat right now. I have my little salt lamp here. I wish I could show you, but I can't. I have my salt lamp here, but my room, as you can probably tell, is the attic of my house, and it is so hot. I live in Spain, for whoever doesn't know, and there is a heat wave, and we're at 40 degrees Celsius, which is freaking hot, and I can't be in my room because it's too hot. It's directly hitting the ceiling, like the top of my little house. So yeah, so I can't really record here, and I can't really record anywhere else because it's so loud in my house all of the time. There's always noise. So yeah, that's like a little bit of an explanation. Sorry if it was like a bit long, but I mainly do it, for like my followers and people that actually follow me, just for context. And well, new people, hi, I'm Maya. I haven't posted in a while, and this is all the reason why. But yeah, I really wanted to. Well, I actually did post. I posted yesterday. It was a draft though. It wasn't like my actual video was a draft from months ago. But anyways, I wanted to do this video just to ground you guys and everything, because currently the world is a bit, and we can get caught up in our head. Me especially, I live with chronic anxiety, which is horrible. I feel sick most of the time, and have emetophobia that makes it worse. So yeah, it's a bit hard for everyone right now, but I just wanted to let you guys know that you're not alone, and that I'm here. If you need, a little community to interact with, all of my followers for now are so kind, and I wish I could thank the 3,000 followers that I have, but you're all so kind, and I love the little interactions that you do on the comments. I feel like I'm I don't know, Gru, and they're and his minions or something. I'm not literally, but I kind of feel like that when I'm reading the comments. I'm like, what are they up to? But anyways, yeah, so I kind of want to give some tips, because for people that have anxiety and everything, I know that it's really hard to ground yourself, especially when you're in a crisis, because you think the world is going to end literally. It's a really tough feeling, at least for me, and I know for a lot of other people, especially with social media. I think anxiety has worsened, and it's gotten to lower age groups because of social media, I think, and comparison and everything. So I just wanted to kind of do this video to ground you guys convince you of things, of social media and everything, because also consumerism is a thing. I suffer from it, sadly. But yeah, this is mainly for anxiety. I'm not going to talk about consumerism because I don't have tips, because I am a fallen victim of consumerism, especially, with all this propaganda. For example, the jelly Birkin that just went viral on TikTok. It's basically a bag, but it's translucent, and it's like it comes in different colors. I'm not really influenced in on that, because it literally looks like it could break so easily. Like, it's really bad quality, and it's like €60, which with €60 I can easily buy a vintage good bag, leather. So, that I do think that is like top consumerism, because it's literally plastic, but it went so viral that obviously the demand is up and everything, blah blah blah. But yeah, also, AI and everything, you can compare yourself to a literal fake person, which is really freaking scary. And people look so real, and they're actually like not real. It's crazy. But anyways, I'm gonna give you guys tips on what I do when I'm anxious. I learned this by myself, and thanks to my mom, which she studied psychology in university, but she's not like she doesn't like do. Wait, how do I say this? She's not a psychologist. She studied psychology, but she ended up like working in like the hospital place, but nothing to do with psychology. Just I'm not gonna get into what my mother does, but anyways, thanks to my mother, she learned literally professionally how the human brain works and everything, and tips and tricks. So I mean, there is this breathing technique that I personally have a hard time doing, because I distract myself really easily, and I get distracted really easily. And you have to do it like a lot of times before it actually works. You can't just do it 3 times and maybe it gets better a bit. But it's basically, you have different types of doing it. You breathe in 4 seconds, hold for a second. Wait, okay, forget that. You breathe for 4 seconds, you hold it in for 7 seconds, like 1, 2, 3, 4. You hold it in for 7 seconds, and then you blow out like your mouth for 8 seconds. It's 4, 7, 8. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but I vividly remember this the right way. And it's 4, 7, 8, and in the 8 you have to like blow as if you're blowing out a candle. So you put your lips together, like, I don't know what's the like actual psychology behind it, or like what it does to your body. I literally just poked myself in the eye, but it does work. I only did it once for a good amount of time, and I do say it works, but I can get why it's really difficult to do it, because you're like desperate to get the sensation out of your system. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna breathe 3 freaking times and I'm gonna stop. So I get why you can only do that when you're like in an actual safe space, when you can actually see yourself actually getting calm. But yeah, so that's something that I do sometimes. I also do box breathing, which it's basically you draw a box. So it's, I don't know if it's a box or like a, what's it called? A rectangle. I think it's a rectangle. It's called boxed breathing, but a box can be different sizes. It's like more logical if it's like a rectangle, because you inhale in the verticals, and in the horizontals, like the horizontal part of a rectangle, you like inhale and hold. Then you go down here. Wait, I'm zoning out. Okay, you inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. So yeah, and it makes sense that kind of, if you hold, it's longer than the actual inhale, compared to the other technique, which was like 4, 7, 8. It kind of makes sense. That's another technique, and it's actually studied in psychology and everything, so I'm not making this up. But shower or jump in the pool. I personally, in summer, I do jump in the pool because the pool is really, really cold. Personally, my pool is always freaking cold, like actually really cold. So when you jump in, your body goes into shock. And when you get out, you're a completely different person. I swear to God. This is why you always say like, okay, I'm just gonna go for a shower. I literally feel all of the bad thoughts draining. Like it's, I don't know what it is, but especially do it with not hot water. Because I feel kind of claustrophobic with hot water. It also depends, obviously, if I'm in a crisis, I'm not going to want hot water because it's going to make me feel, with the vapor and everything, it's just going to make me feel like I can't breathe. But with cold water, it sends you into a shock, especially if you hit it in these parts where, it's like the veins and these parts, like I don't know what it's called, but these parts where you normally pour cologne. When it hits those parts, you kind of feel, fresh, and it's like a weight. This is just personally, I'm just giving you tips, okay? If you don't want to do it, that's on you. But these are the tips that work for me. Me that has chronic anxiety, not like light anxiety that I can just breathe in, breathe out, and I'm good to go. Like chronic, like I am white. I feel like I'm gonna pass out, and I feel like I'm going to literally throw up. Also, that's a big word for me. Because I have emetophobia, which is the fear of throwing up. I haven't thrown up in 11 years because my body physically can't do it anymore. Which, I kind of feel safe knowing that it's like difficult for me to do that, but also like more scared because it's like, okay, any day can come now, I'm just yapping at this point, but anyways, that's out there for anyone that can relate. So yeah, and then I also do this thing where I put ice here and here. It is scientifically proven that it helps your nervous system because it sends it into a shock and it sends your brain into focusing on something else, like the cold hitting your wrist. That helps a lot. I've done that quite a lot of times, but especially one with the shower. When I panic, I jump into the shower and just go like this with freezing cold water. I swear to God, it like snaps you out of it completely. Yeah, they like, just to like show you, because I don't know what type of anxiety you guys have, or if you have anxiety or any, mental illness, but I was once prescribed antibiotics, like not antibiotics, like medication for anxiety, but my parents said no, because they're like, they're known to get you really addicted to it, and you suffer more in the process, but I have learned to self-regulate and find, a secure place in me instead of kind of having to use other resources, because that's just gonna take me to be attached to something else, and I get addicted easily. So, if, I once had an addiction to, I'm being transparent here, to melatonin, because I couldn't sleep, and I took it every night, and suddenly I couldn't feel myself going to sleep without taking it. I got out of it because I finished the bottle, and it's not cheap. It's like the spray, melatonin spray, and it's not cheap. It's like €15, and it was like far away from, like, I had to like go walking a long way to go get it. So I kind of like forced myself to not do it anymore. So I just ended up not doing it anymore, and I have like a fresh bottle of it just in case. But I only use it like if I have an exam, if I have a casting, and like on a physical audition, like I have to go and do the audition, because I don't get nervous with self-tapes, obviously, because I do them over there in my room. But yeah, so I kind of learned to self-regulate, and right now, I'm in so much peace, also because I think I talked anxiously attached to, my close relatives, my boyfriend and my mother, and, people that I kind of found security in. And I didn't want to self-regulate because, it was like, okay, I get nervous, I go to them. But if they're not there, I have a crisis. That happened to me the first week of uni when I moved away from home. I didn't eat for a week because I was so nervous. But with time, I made friends. And I kind of distributed that attachment into my whole friend group. So now I didn't kind of rely on one person. But now I don't feel myself attached to anything because I kind of learned to self-regulate, especially this year that I got an individual room. I spent a lot of time by myself. And I kind of had to force myself to do things that I liked. So I discovered like hobbies I like to do, or I don't know, just different things. I discovered the ASMR hobby by being by myself in my residency room. So, but yeah, that's basically all that I can recommend you guys. If you suffer from anxious attachment, let me know, because and this isn't an ad obviously, because I hate when people say I used to have anxious attachment and I got over it. You're never really over anxious attachment. You always get like little setbacks, which is completely normal. It's like when you're a smoker and you smoke one cigarette after stopping for months. When you go out, at least you stopped for all of those months. It's all progress. And yeah. So what was I gonna say? I can't remember. But anyways, I hope everyone's okay. Oh yeah, I remembered. If you suffer from anxious attachment, let me know, because I hate these bitches who say, I got over anxious attachment, blah blah blah. Like, you make it sound so fake. And I still have setbacks and I still get anxious sometimes. But, if you suffer from that, let me know in the comments and I'll do a video dedicated to that and kind of telling you my tips and tricks and telling you what generally changed my life. I was thinking about it yesterday, I'm at peace right now, which is like really nice, because I'm not relying on any text. I'm like, when I'm by myself I'm full, but I'm not really by myself at home because I'm with my sisters that fill me up so much, and with my dog and with my family. So yeah, I hope you guys are okay. I hope you're having a good summer. If you're having good summer, and if you're not, tell me why in the comments, but anyways, because I love your support. So yeah, I hope you guys like this little video. I will be continuing to do videos, because I kind of fixed my mic a bit. So yeah, I love you.